Good morning, Class 1. Happy Monday. I miss all of you and I wish we could be together. You guys have been doing such a great job sending me your work, doing your work at home, and your moms and dads have been sending me your work, and I'm really proud of the effort that you're doing. Your mom and dad are helping me at home, so I hope that you're listening to them and following directions when they say you need to do something. Okay, so today we're going to practice, today's Monday, and we're going to go over a little bit more about sentences. We're just going to practice that today because we really need to have a strong idea of how to write a good sentence before we move on. Okay, so let's go over the 4 rules of what makes a good sentence. Do you remember what they are? I hope that you do. The first rule is that every sentence needs to begin with a capital letter. Okay, capital means big. So every time you begin a sentence, no matter what letter it starts with, it always begins with a capital letter. Okay, so that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is every sentence needs to be a complete thought. It needs to make sense as well. If you hear it and you're like, that's kind of confusing, then it's not a complete sentence. Like this. Outside. I can say that word. It's a good word, but it doesn't tell me anything. It just is a word. But a sentence is a group of words that make sense. So I can say, I want to go outside. And that's a complete sentence. It's a complete thought. Okay, so then rule number 3, when you're writing a sentence, you need to make sure to have a finger space between each word. So at the beginning, like right now, when you're learning how to write a sentence, you could even put your finger on the paper and then leave a little gap and then write the next word. Not a huge gap, just the size of your finger. All right, so that's the rule number 3, is leave a finger space between words. And the last rule is very important. The last rule is every sentence has to have an end mark. And there's several different end marks, but right now at the beginning of learning about sentences, we're mainly using one that looks like a dot, called a period or a full stop. All right, so sometimes people say period, sometimes people say full stop. It doesn't matter which one you say, but you always have to have it at the end of a sentence. And we'll learn about these other 2 things next week, all right? So you can get excited. But let me go over some examples of good sentences, okay? And I have all of the rules. So here we go. Let's read this together. It is hot today. It is hot today. Okay, so rule number 1, it begins with a capital letter. Good. Rule number 2, it is a complete thought. It makes sense. Rule number 3, it has a finger space between each word. And rule number 4, it has an end mark. So that's a great sentence. All right, so let's read. We'll do one more, okay? So here we go. Sentence number 2. The rat is brown. The rat is brown. It begins with a capital letter. Check. It makes sense. The rat is brown. It makes sense. Rule number 3, there's a finger space between each word. And rule number 4, it has an end mark. So it's a good sentence. Okay, so then today, your homework, you can even do it tomorrow because it's a lot of writing. And you can have a big person help you to read the directions. Or if you get puzzled and you don't know the spelling of something, you can ask a big person to help you. Now, the big person cannot do the writing for you. You need to make sure that you are doing the writing. It's not your Acho's or Ajim's or Mommy's homework. It's your homework. So make sure that you are doing it. But they can help you with the spelling or something like that. Okay, so you will need your English worksheets book. And open it. At the bottom, I wrote page number 64. It's the writing number, okay? So page number 64, and it looks like this. Write a sentence. Okay, so here are the directions. Remember, a sentence is a group of words that tells a complete thought. A sentence always begins with a capital letter and ends with a period. Write a sentence about each picture. Okay, so There are lots of pictures on this page, and then turn the page over and it's page number 65. And there's a picture here, and a picture here, and a picture here. I want you to finish these 2 pages and look at the picture and think of a sentence and say a sentence and then write it down. And you can have a friend or someone bigger that knows spellings to help you, but you need to think of the sentence by yourself, and then you need to write it on this line, okay? So here, what is this? It's a king. You could say, this is a king, or something like that. Or, I see a cat. You can think of your own sentence and write it on the lines, okay? So that's page number, your homework is page number 64 and 65. And then we're gonna skip 1 page, okay? So turn the page. This is page number 66. Do not do page number 66. We'll do it another time, but not tomorrow, or not today. Okay, so turn to page number 67, right there, 67. It's handwriting. Okay, and then read the directions. Look at each group of words. If it is a sentence, make a check mark or a tick on the line. Circle the capital letter and circle the end mark. So if it's a good sentence, give it a tick and circle the capital letter and circle the end mark. Okay, so that's your homework. 3 pages in this book is your homework. And then you can send me a picture of the work that you've done. Okay, and then the last thing that you can do for homework is play a sentence game online. Okay, so I'm sending a link. That means like a place for you to go on the internet. And your mom can help you, or whoever is helping you, they can help you find it. And it's all about putting the words in the proper order. And someone can help you read those words. And right now, you're going to see a little video about how to do it. Girls, this is a game where you can put the words in the right order. All right, so let's read the words. And if you can't read some of these words, you can ask a big person to help you, okay? But you can also use the sounds. Ought, hot. Hot dogs I like. Hot dogs I like. Now let's try to put it in the right order. So you know that every sentence needs to begin with a capital letter and it has to end with an end mark. So those are 2 very easy things that you can do right away. Is look, here's an end mark. It's called a period or a full stop. So you know that should already go at the end. So you can trade the word and put that one at the end. Okay? I don't know why. Then I is capital, so you can put this one at the beginning. And then I hot dogs like. I hot dogs like. So I need to move like somewhere. I like hot dogs. So then we'll put it here. And then let's see. I like hot dogs. There's the end mark at the end of the sentence and the capital letter at the beginning. Let's check it. This blue thing says check. So let's check it and see if it's right.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. That's a great job. So you can play this game with other sentences, and to do a next sentence, you can push this arrow right here, and you can do another one and keep practicing. Okay, so you can do this game just for fun at home. You can practice making sentences. Okay, so I hope you enjoy playing that game. And so do your 3 pages in your English worksheet book and play that game, and I will talk to you again later. Have a great day. Bye-bye, class 1.